still, I believe we are going to be able to get into game number 1 here between OB Neon and FNATIC, because it does seem like the teams have reconnected. Or not. We'll find out very, very soon. Oh, never mind. We are going into it. Thank you for that, production. Game number 1 here, as we do have a first blood on the way immediately, as they have found out the Grimstroke, so a bang is going to end up dropping immediately. Mel to take first blood on the Dragon Knight to find their, well, I believe their second kill.
Yeah, I think the benefit here for Neon is that the aggression's not on Asta. So some of that pressure in this lane from TV's relieved.
Yeah, mid lane avatar mode, gonna get sniped there by DJ, as now they even found a Bang who tried to TP in and help out, but he only feeds the beast more.
Feels like you have to wait for a little bit more in levels and talents to really maximize it. Still, aggression from FNATIC. Armel rotates bot, just wants to shove in a tower with that dragon form.
Very interesting rotation here from Armel, but it may not work out as the snowball is there from Jabs to try and get away from OP Neon, but they're gonna feed a kill over to avatar mode now. And Armel, I feel like he was trying to rotate to actually catch out Asta. In the meantime, top lane, they are trying to take down Enryu and they might just get him. Raven able to trade very efficiently across the map.
Already has the phase boots at the least with the Blightstone, so there is some output. I think we really need to see the effect of that chakra magic on Ember.
Not Asta. The blinks up from Armel. DJ's got the bushwhack into the sharpshooter. Laughs all around here from FNATIC as they find a great pick off, and Enryu's getting tipped again. OB Neon. A 3-man smoke up now with the blink up from Enryu. It's very easy to set up. They are going to try and find somebody worth something as Armel. He's a big target. They'll move in with the Inksaw and the Burrow Strike. It's so much magic damage, but Jabs trying to save the day. Never got the snowball off. In fact, it was on CD the whole time. So Jabs just kind of blinking in to try and help, but just didn't have the spells to actually save Armel. Instead, top lane. They spot out Asta, and they're going to start moving in. DJ, he's there with Januels. They've got the homie missile to set up. They've got to get some heroes up here to help out Asta. He's all alone, and here comes the TPs. The call down is even there into the sharpshooter, but they missed the bushwhack. It won't matter though, Jabs. He's in with the uppercut. He'll get the job done. Onto a bang they go with a great shard down. That'll be another. Back Jing. Almost losing his own life, but now Enryu going to move in to try and trade, but finds nothing as the bushwhack does land again onto the Sand King. They've left Januel behind, but it won't matter. It's still a great trade for FNATIC, even if they lose this +5 gyro. Never mind though, Armel is coming back in to save the day, and it looks like he just has his avatar mode. Is still trying, but is it really worth your life, avatar? I don't think so, as he gets tipped mid-snowball. Jabs end up setting up another for the team. December John, he got a little bit greedy for that +5 gyrocopter kill. And
Neon, it's good to see them kind of be on the aggressive now. Just smoking up again. They do not have Epicenter, so their big combination with Magical Burst is mainly just with the Inkswell and Illuminate.
Raven.
Gonna have to see if it's enough.
It's a big one, John. Inkswell gonna land, but he got the Strength Morph off. He got the Strength Morph off in time. So Raven's fine. He's still surviving throughout all this as he waveforms away. In the meantime, mid lane, who have they got there? It's gonna be Avatar again. How does Raven react that quickly, Jonathan? In fact, never mind. He's gonna tie anyway. Still rather impressive. Nonetheless, but OB Neon, they still get the kill they came for. Problem is, can they get out now? The wraparound is there from FNATIC. They're going to try and find some stragglers. The snowball is out onto Jing. That should be your keeper dead, as Jab should have complete control with a great shards out. Jing's got nowhere to go. In the meantime, Enryu going to try and re-engage onto the gyrocopter, but Armel going to try and help, but no, never mind. The gyro's gone. Instead, they'll have to focus down a bang on the Grimstroke, and they might just have him. Who does it favor, John?
Definitely FNATIC at this point. The creeps to clear out camps outside of just spamming the Slide Fist. And that just shows you that they're missing out on that early physical spike they wanted to play with. FNATIC, 5k lead. It's not the widest lead we've seen at this point. Still massive, although.
They jump in onto the gyro again, just trying to focus down Januel, but now the turnaround is there as Armel going to jump in onto the Grimstroke. That'll be a bang. Is gone. Onto Enryu they go. Raven setting up one with the Burrow and the bushwhack of DJ. So a 2-for-1 trade in the favor of FNATIC once again. While bot lane Jing just trying to deal with this wave, kind of pushing in here thanks to Raven. Mid lane. Flying out onto Enryu. It seems like Jabs wants to make the move in and instead goes onto a bang. Burrow Strike will be out into the Inkswell, but the sharpshooter from the side will be enough to take care of a bang. In the meantime, Enryu, he finds Jabs. but it's going to cost his own life. I kind of worry about Raven just morphing into the TB and just taking the meta for himself. That is if he does want the TB at this rate. It feels like the Sand King morph is just much more valuable with that Burrow Strike here for Raven. Still mid lane, OB Neon have wrapped around. Jabs barely going to avoid the Burrow into the Snowball now, avoiding the Inkswell. And we'll go on to the creep wave as FNATIC have rotated and they've got Jing down. Soulbind will be out Asta. He's going to try and fight, but he really can't. They've got to back out of there as Raven misses the Burrow Strike, and they even miss the Bushwhack, but they won't miss the shards. They pick off a bang. So Asta looking to stand his ground and try to fight this one out. Mel's going to move back in with the stun out, and DJ, he has the Bushwhack, so Asta, he stuck around a bit too long. He had no chance to get the Sunder out. And I feel like without a BKB, you just cannot fight into the disable of FNATIC.
They're straight into Roshan here as well. Doesn't take too long with all the damage they've got running on literally every single hero. And I don't know, I don't see any way you deal with 2 lives here. He will go for the fight though.
Yep, Enryu, he blinked a bit too short. It won't matter. He's still in Raven though. He's too quick on the fingers. Enryu gets blown up. Avatar mode. Can you salvage? It doesn't seem like it. Just run. Just get out of there. Oh, a bit short on the blink. Couldn't line up a good Burrow Strike for Enryu, and
you don't have much presence. You're very vulnerable to control. It feels like he's going to need that defensive item up, going for the Linken's in this case, into the Daedalus, which is going to be nice. Jabs though.
Yeah, moving in. Walrus Punch is out top lane. Into the Bushwhack again, and the Sharpshooter. It's so much damage. This combination between DJ and Jabs, so much damage as Enryu goes in for a Burrow Strike. DJ, though, he's just going to go right into a Bushwhack. Cancels off the TP. Soulbinder's there, but what does it matter? It means nothing. They won't even be able to find the Hoodwink. DJ will survive through it, though. Can they maybe get the Sanking out of here? Jabs. Whoopsie. Bit of an awkward snowball there from Jabs as Enryu. Still not out of danger yet. Oh, never mind, Jabs. All right, Jabs, never mind. We didn't see that mistake. Jabs, stop it.
It didn't do enough in lane. They haven't been able to play much with the Chakra Magic Sleight of Fist as well. And now it's all about just giving Asa as much time as he needs.
Or DJ, and there's your Dragon Tail into the Bushwhack. And let me tell you, John, as a Hoodwink spammer myself, that Ags is very, very potent. Won't even bother trying, even with the Remnants. And now FNATIC, they've grouped up again, Jonathan. 4-man smoke, Raven. He'll just stand behind the team. Jabs will take the front line, smoke broken, but Armel jumps in, misses the stun on the Sand King, but it won't matter. They've already got Jing. Bang, he's going to try and TP out, but they've just got so much damage. Even Genuel on this POS 5 Gyrocopter, just ripping him apart.
Maybe down to draft, like it feels like this kind of draft requires very specific execution. They had to play around with the Burst Strike Inkswell, which we saw a little bit in the early game. Asa's not safe here as well, DJ.
No, he's not, John. No, he is not. They've got the Fatal Discord on top of it. My God, it's just so much magic cap. How are you meant to survive this?
You don't. I really feel like it's the stat resist that really holds you down.
DJ, they found a Psychic Headband. I think DJ is going to be very happy with that. Do they even give it over to him? He's got... No, they are going to give it over to him. Of course they are. The dream item for a Hoodwink player, Jonathan. That extra cast range really does get quite annoying. FNATIC, they're waiting for a fight. Enryu's the one to jump in on to Genuel. They might just burst down this Gyrocopter and they'll get him. Mel still moving forward, trying to go on to the Sand King. Misses the stun again, but they've got the Bushwhack into the Boomerang and the Sharpshooter. DJ just getting it done on his own. And in the meantime, Jing just gets destroyed by Raven. He'll go for a BKB TP out. DJ literally just soloed the Sand King, John. And now Jabs jumps in again. All right, Jabs, can you get out this time? Apparently he can. Just TP. I wonder who you give the shards over to. It does seem like you've already got one on Genuel. You've got one on Armel. So naturally Raven will take it for himself. But all their targets are currently in the Radiant base. Unless you look at the top lane where Avatar mode is going to try and go ahead and split push this one out. DJ. No, Acorn shot, but quick reactions here from the Ember instead. Armel going to jump in onto a Bang, but the Sand King is there with the Burrow Strike. So a Bang trying to back off with the Glimmer Cape, but it's not going to be enough. Armel even getting sundered here for a Bang just to try and give him a chance at life. It's just not going to work out. Armel will just follow him down, and even Enryu to drop. DJ takes that one.
Nope. You've got the AC up and running on Armel. You've got Aegis running for about 3 more minutes here. No reason to back off for the side of FNATIC. They can just slowly chip away at these objectives. Doesn't take too long, although...
DJ, oh, that's a great Walrus kick, Asta. He's been thrown out of position, and he can't run because Raven just slows him down. Shards out, though, may actually protect Asta, but no, they're just playing games with him. They are just playing around with the Terrorblade as Asta.
You've still got the Aegis up for 2 minutes, and you even have that full E-Blade up for DJ, so...
FNATIC, they are still grouped up as a team, ready to go whenever. It'll be Neon. Take the bounty rune, that's something. I believe that's all they're getting, though. They'll get some more wards down. DJ has been sorted out. Enryu gonna be able to initiate with the Burrow Strike and the Ink Swell, though. DJ, he's still running. Shards out. Never mind, there's your snowball. Gonna help DJ get out of there, as he will be able to re-initiate later on. Inside epicenter is there from Enryu. DJ still being chased down, but he does get the sharpshooter in time before he does end up dropping. It'll be a 1-for-1 of the supports as DJ, he'll buy back. In the meantime, Raven, he's taken out Asta. That's just pos 1 TB immediately just deleted here by the Morphling. And they see Enryu. They want that Sanking. And they'll chase him down. On the other side, Avatar Mode still just trying to run away from DJ, but there's your Bushwhack up. They'll find the Ember. They're onto the Sanking to boot. Enryu's got nowhere to go. Nope. Complete domination by FNATIC, and GG's called. They've had enough.
Yeah, it's a tough game to come back to. I think that smoke play was like their Hail Mary, hoping to find something big. They only really find DJ, so unfortunately for DJ, from 1 death to 2 deaths, 100% increase for him in this game, but they play fantastically well on FNATIC. I feel like Neon should play a lot faster. Like, we talk about some of the issues from the last game, execution was falling flat. This is a lot easier to execute.
Henry is in big trouble. I mean, that's just so much damage being dealt here as Raven could not get the Tidebringer hit to connect. So no cleave damage on Enryu will mean no kill. Again, the Beastmaster just not having a very good time as top lane now. They've got to chase onto Aston with the Cinder Brew. They can burn right through the refraction. DJ to pick up the first kill once again on the Shadow Shaman this time around. Plenty of regen coming out from a Bing as well to make sure he can maintain himself in this laning stage. Raven just been such a nuisance with this Tidebringer. Because once you get to the home of the Dominator, you feel a lot more confident though as Enryu, and I believe he might actually have it coming out right now. Surely not this early, as top lane, Jing does actually kill off Jabs on the Brewmaster.
26-5 in comparison to Armel at 43-18. This is the hero you really want to play around in the early game. You know, you want him to hit level 8 very fast, you want to max out your Edict, you want to shove in a tower. With a slowdown from the mid, it feels like Neon's not going to have much to play with to follow through from their Beastmaster. And speaking of, Enryu.
Yeah, he's in big trouble. Still trying to run. Raven might just need one more swipe, and he's got the vision thanks to Genuel. In the meantime, a Bang does at least trade there with the Shadow Demon, and now a Bang wants to keep going onto Raven. In fact, they've got Jing around to try and help out. Raven, though, he's going to armor toggle the best he can. Torrent is there, Raven. He's going to go for the fight. Jing, he'll have the Jingo to proc with the Boundless. He'll keep going, but Raven, no, he can't armor toggle that time. He's going to drop, and now Jabs rotates around, gives the high five to a Bang, as the Sakuchi is there from our Weaver. The Cinder Brew, barely not going to be enough.
Not in the ideal place you'd want to be as a Brewmaster. No one's now pressuring Asta on that TA, and that's going to be room to recover for that scaling carry on the side of Neon. Still, FNATIC looking to play forward, are scrubbing out the triangle.
Yeah, Raw is there onto Armel, but a disruption out from Januel to avoid the split earth. As now the static link is out, but Armel, he's still surrounded. There's just so many heroes, but now the neutral creep. It stuns all 3 of them. As Jabs will move in with the primal split, trying to go for more. He's onto Enryu. In the meantime, Jabs just holding, or rather DJ, holding down a Bang. They will get Enryu down, but DJ is going to drop. Still, they'll find a Bang as a trade. So it's a bit of a messy scenario in this dire triangle. Back and forth, but it does seem like OB Neon did come out on top. At least for now, assuming they can get Jing out of here. And while that was happening, mid lane, Avatar Mode's being chased down by Jabs. The Cinder Brew is still ticking away, but it's not going to be quite enough. Plasma Field, however, going to connect right on the outer edge, and now Jing, he tried to help out. He's going to get the Wukongs out to try and protect himself as Armel. He's taking so much damage, but he barely gets out in time with the Plasma Field once again. It's not going to connect Jing. is still going to drop in the end anyway. They've got plenty of shadow poison flying in from the side from Januel.
Can't forget the vision game. That is a Beastmaster. That is a TA. Eventually, they'll be able to get some traps, some hawks flying over the area, and counteract that movement from FNATIC.
A group up here top lane from FNATIC. For bot lane, there's a bigger group up going on here between FNATIC and OB Neon. The numbers are lacking though. FNATIC, they're going to get this Kunkka rolled up, so Raven, he needs a bit of help. He'll go for the X out onto Enryu. In the meantime, Avatar mode, Anna Ben going to move in onto that Shadow Demon, taking down one, but Enryu, he got left behind. They forget about the Beastmaster. They lose a big target as now DJ's rotated with a great ward setup out onto Avatar mode. Again, the Shaman just setting up. He'll go down in the end, but he's already got his job done. Jing now, he'll try to run, but it's not going to work out for him. In fact, Raven, he had the X out onto the Weaver, and they just wiped them out. Oh, OB Neon, it was a nice start, but it's just not good enough. And again, John, you've got to give props to DJ.
Yeah, he's starting to close that network gap a while ago. It's around 1,000. Now it's about 800. The progression hasn't been the quickest, despite Raven not farming as much. Because of the kills coming through, he's compensating. I think it's still important for Neon to get that build up on that TA, but they are applying pressure onto the mid.
Januel going to move in. Raven, he'll be around the plasma field to give the vision, and the bows that fly out. Raven, he'll have plenty of damage. You lose Januel, but it's well worth the trade. That's your mid Leshrac going down for absolutely naught. Zabang, still dusted up, is trying to get himself out as Raven trying to get in range to get the X off, and eventually does. Keep in mind, he does have time-lapse available, so he might find a way out here, and it looks like there's going to be no dust available from Raven anyway. He'll be just fine. In the meantime, DJ does get caught out here by Jing. He'll go for the Hex out into the shackles, but eventually should die and will. Still, here comes Armel to try and trade with this Monkey King. And with the static link out, you're not really going to have much damage here from Jing, so he will slowly be sapped away at by Armel. It's still a very decent trade, really, for FNATIC. The OB Neon, to be fair to them, John, they do get the mid-tier 1 while all that was happening.
They get mid-tier 1, and they have the Desolator up on Asta. So this is the moment where Neon can look to force a fight, find a pick-off, go straight into Roshan, and take that early objective.
Roll around Raven, that's a big target, and they've got the Deso up, so they blow him up. Great pick up there from Enryu and Asta. And hell, maybe now you just rush Roshan.
Yeah, nothing to stop you. The Kunkka's a big part of that fight. They do not have split as well on Jab, so this is a very hard engage for them. They are in the area though.
Balance off the mark, but a nice trap there, slowing down 3 as Jabs out of position. In they go. Jing looking to move in. So is Asta. Who have they got? So far, nobody is DJ. He's the one initiating onto a Bing and actually gets himself out. In the meantime, though, Jabs, he has dropped Asta, but now Armel, he can move right in onto this TA, but does he have the damage output? He's gone too far. Now, Januel, he'll be left behind on the Shadow Demon. And OB Neon, they're looking to fight back. They'll get a successful team fight their way, and now they can just reinitiate back into the Roshan pit.
Raven is back up. He does have the boat. Let's see if they still attempt to contest this.
Seems like that's exactly what they're planning. Current's off the mark. Asta, he's got plenty of damage for this Roshan. They still aren't in. The Roshan will go the way of OB Neon, but FNATIC, they might still force the fight as they've got the Leshrac and the X. Yules will save, however. Jabs, he's still going to go for the split. He's still trying, but Jing's going to have a great Wukong's command out, and that'll zone the rest of FNATIC away from this team fight. So Jabs will once again try, but it seems like nobody... Oh, Jabs ends up getting taken down by Avatar mode. Just going way too far. And now Januel, he'll be another to drop. And suddenly OB Neon are just looking a hell of a lot better. You could just keep throwing creeps at it though. There's really no risk in this for OB Neon.
Yeah, very risk-free. Yeah, the side of FNATIC are still looking to force this fight though.
They're under vision. And the Hawk's right there, so they know exactly where they are. Disruption will buy a bit of time here for Januel, but not quite enough. A nice boat, though. They're going to try and aim down a Bing. It seems like, in fact, never mind. They want Jing, but Armel, he's copping a lot of damage. In the meantime, DJ's been controlled up. Avatar mode takes him down. Jing, he does finally drop, but at what cost? FNATIC now just trying to find their own way out. We'll lose Armel to a Bing. And Jabs is still running. As they do find the Weaver for a second, but a Bang's going to be just fine. Hard ask here for FNATIC, but maybe if they can find a couple stragglers here from OB Neon, could work out for them. Still nobody getting spotted quite yet. Ben gonna try and move back into the triangle, might be the target. So they have seen Enryu as well, but now the smoke has been broken, so Enryu just blink right out of there and now maybe reinitiate. OB Neon, they are grouping up again. Mel again being targeted. He does have the BKB. You know, trying to find a target. They are focusing down Jing on this Monkey King, but within the Wukong's command, everyone's falling. They might eventually get him. And Jing does finally drop, but they've lost Mel in the process. It's just not a good trade at all for FNATIC.
With a nice little crit stick on the Crystallis, it really doesn't take too long with Enryu helping. It's going to be a free shard as well coming out here for the side of Neon. That there's no catch-up for FNATIC to, you know, catch them off guard when they're trying to play. Armel's still not pretty safe. Avatar mode has a rough idea as to where he is.
Oh, they had the Hawk Vision the whole time. It's going to be another great setup from Enryu. Avatar mode, he'll have a laugh to himself as Armel is just having a very challenging game. There'll be one Rax down. They'll stick around for the range. In fact, look at the Hurricane Pike on Raven. He'll be okay, but it's just kind of funny to watch.
Yep. Neon, they've got this opportunity to smoke. If they find a pick off, that could be another set of racks, maybe in Megas.
Another roar out again. Enryu setting up into a primary target, though there is a disruption to save. Jing is there with the Wukongs, and now with the Split Earth, it's a perfect setup. Jab is going to drop. DJ's in trouble. He's been caught on, and he will be the second to fall as Astar is falling low. They might be able to get the Aegis, and they will. But the Rax is being taken as we speak by OB Neon. FNATIC, they're still going to try and move in and get this Pos 1 TA down. Astar, he's still at the BKB, force-staffing away, but it's not going to be enough. This time they have got him. Mel, he's dropping low, but not low enough to die. An OP Neon with a 34k net worth advantage. It's hard to see them losing this game. So all they've got to do is just play it safe. FNATIC, though, they're going to go for a 5-man smoke and try. Who do they run into, though? Enryu is around DJ. He's in. He's got the Hex out with the wards down, but the Balance Strike is there from Jig to try and turn this one around. Enryu, he's BKB TPing away, and he's going to make it out. They cannot take him down in time. His Avatar mode, he does take down Genuel, but the buybacks are going to fly in. Shackles out onto the Weaver, but Avatar, he's got DJ dead. Mel, all they can do is TP away, but they've got the Yule set to cancel it off. It's just a mess. What do you do? I mean, OB Neon, they just go high ground now.
Neon again, they're just too far ahead. Like, high ground's not going to take too long at all.
Astar again with the Hurricane Pike. Not going to work out this time thanks to the disruption of Genuel, but they've got what they really wanted. Roar out as well. Raven, he's the big target. They've got the stuns out. They've got so much control. Raven, he'll try to boat, but it's not going to be enough. He gets taken down, and, well, he does have buyback, but I think it's just better you call the GG, and that's exactly what FNATIC do. OB Neon successfully pushed back to a game number 3. And while game 1 looked very dominant for FNATIC, John, OB Neon, they were all over this game too. I want to say FNATIC because I think their draft is just going to play a lot faster, but I'm going to say FNATIC, John.
So Armel can still farm aggressively while surviving through a lot of that burst. I think for Avatar mode, it's a much more slow lane. You just focus on the farm. You maybe by level 4, level 5, you can look to be aggressive before the remnants are up, but at that point, Armel should be fairly steady in his own build-up as well.
DJ finds another first blood.
The Weaver minus armor is nice, but you don't really go for the swarm in this lane. And for Asta, he's just focusing on farm. As the panel mentioned, though, Timber saw a very valuable pickup for FNATIC. Lots of strength heroes on Neon. Asta's not going to be able to really handle Jabs in lane, and Jabs is just going for their usual reactive armor with just the value point in Whirling Death, so he knows what he wants.
Wow, Raven gonna be taken down as Jing. He was so close to dying there, but this time he won't have a salve to be able to reset. So he does have to leave it at that. DJ
does not have a TP though.
Uh-oh. DJ? Oh, he gets the blind bushwhack. In fact, never mind blind. They did have the sentry. Still a nice setup again from DJ, and that'll be the 3rd kill of the game for DJ on this Hoodwink. But he's got all the kills for FNATIC right now.
Just been really active in that Hoodwink. You mentioned it, you're a big fan. He's putting in a lot of work. Enryu.
Yeah, nice jewel out. They've got the Keeper of the Line, and that's going to be an easy kill and an easy bit of damage out for Enryu as they'll try to chase down Armel. But I think as Enryu, he'll be very, very satisfied with that first duel win.
Just helps you kind of start ramping up on that Legion Commander. That did give some space after Raven to farm top, but the CK doesn't farm the fastest, especially when you compare that to a Tiny. Did you manage to get that kill onto Aubing now? So a nice pickup there for Armel. Phase Boots, Orb of Corrosion up. Early output of the Ember is now pretty darn high.
Avatar mode. He's going to be just fine. Dust is there though, and the bushwhack again from DJ. Gonna set up another kill. Make it 4. Zenryu now gonna try and punish, but the scurry is there from DJ. And it doesn't seem like they're gonna be able to keep up here with the hoodwink. Give him a reset as a bang. Haste them down, try to get the vision. Ryu unable to get the jewel off on the LC. It's very, very tough times. You've got so much burst damage, and now Armel will rotate back into the team fight as Abeng just can't sustain that much damage. He is still surviving though, and does get another Sakuchi off, but now the bushwhack is there again. They've jeweled up jabs, but he's a Timbersaw. He's never died of that. In fact, Henry is the one to die. He does go down, and Jing just cannot keep him alive. Chains out onto another. They found the Sand King and Avatar, somehow avoiding the Illuminate, but it will not matter. They will get another kill on the side of FNATIC, and that might just be the mid-tier 1 tower to drop. Be Neon.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Get this tier 1 top tower down, but a big rotation coming out from FNATIC. The Bang is going to be there to scout this out, but they've got to run very soon here, OB Neon. I don't think they've got the numbers for this. The Tiny has been caught out. Asta, he's a great target to aim down if they can lock him down long enough. He's still trying to fight with the toss back onto Armel. Asta still trying to move. Where's the help? The Burrow Strike Epicenter is there from Avatar mode. It's bought enough time. Or has a jabs. He'll keep chasing him down. In the meantime, Armel has dropped to Enryu on the LC. And Asta, oh, he's still a man on the run, John, but the Burrow Strike's going to make it there in time. Jabs, he'll take down the Sand King, but he will not find the Tiny. In the meantime, Raven, he does make his way over. Somehow Jabs has still survived throughout all this output of the damage. FNATIC, I mean, it's still a successful team fight for him. The only objective they really have to go for right now, apart from Roshan, at least for Roche, they're not quite at the point where they're ready yet, but they may actually fight in the Roshan pit as Enryu gets bashed by Roshan. Well, of course he does, John. Roshan helping out FNATIC there, and well, what can you do? What can Enryu do about that, John? Now the IO gets caught out. Jing, he's just going to get blown up by Raven. And FNATIC, they might just go Roshan themselves. Mel does have his smoke broken, but going to get the Sleight of Fist out in time. Instead, pings are out onto Enryu, who is currently under vision of FNATIC, but he does blink away. Remnants forward though. Instead, they will spot out a Bang, but they will not have the chains available. Instead, no, never mind. Chakra Magic is there. That'll reset everything, and they'll move it onto the Weaver. When you miss the first time, John, you've always got the second. As long as Januel's around the corner. Amel is even going to move in after Avatar mode, it seems. Chains are out. He does need a bit of help for this one. In fact, maybe he doesn't. He's got so much damage on this Ember right now. And with the sharpshooter from DJ, they'll have enough. And now the jewel out onto the Ember Spirit should be enough. And no, it won't be. Armel getting out with 50 HP. I think the voice lines were a little bit too early here from OB Neon. Really not, John.
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, DJ hasn't died this game yet. That's the thing. He's 6-0-8 right now. Bang. Gonna run into jabs again. It's just a hard target to try and focus down, but they'll try with the Epicenter. Avatar mode's in. Jewel is out. Armel is there to help, and DJ, he gets the bushwhack. They still found the jabs kill, however, and that's a bit of a Jewel damage going the way of Enryu, but he is going to drop immediately to Raven. Armel would be a big pick-off, and they will be able to finish him off as the relocate's there to get Astra out of there immediately. So a successful team fight for OB Neon. Even DJ dropping a Bang ends up getting the kill on the Weaver.
Yeah, you cursed him, Mike.
They just have no idea it's happening. They might find a bottom tier 1 tower, but now they've got to know that Roshan's happening, and well, eventually they'll find out the hard way. As immediate TP rotations are to come in from FNATIC. They want to force a fight. Ass is going to be targeted. He'll try to go invis, but it may not matter. He's been slowed up. He needs to relocate, and Jing barely gets him out. The IO once again saving the day. And it might just be enough. Asta, he's fine. Jing, he'll have to go back. It's all for the greater good though, Jonathan. OB Neon not responding at all. They're still trying to focus down that bottom tier 2 tower. And they're trying to rush high ground as well. They're just racing against each other for these Raxes. But now Asta has been caught out. Sharpshooter will be there. Jabs is moving in, but Jing is there to protect with the relocate once again. I feel like FNATIC still come out on top though, John. They got the tier 3 top tower for nothing.
Yeah, I think it would feel a lot better if they gave a little bit more.
Oh,
what?
He brought him back. Oh boy. No, he's not going to be happy about that one. Tips out for Jing. Oh, you know, John, when you're playing IO in those pubs and you accidentally do that.
I was told by FBZ at least that it's his hero now. You know, they're not going to give it ever to Yopaj, and that's Yopaj. If they don't want to give it to Yopaj, I don't think anyone has an easy time with that hero mid.
Oh, Asta, he has not got the help he needs right now. Boomerang is there, sharpshooter out. He is completely surrounded. He's going to try BKB TP away, and he will make it. They don't have the physical damage output to finish him off. That is his BKB down, but what does it matter? It'll be back up in about a minute. As long as he survives, he's going to be happy right now. He really can't afford to die at the moment. Armel, meanwhile, mid lane, does end up finding out a nice little weaver. They've got plenty of damage output with DJ there to finish the job, or perhaps they can try to go high ground again as I run right into Asta. Simbius for now. Jing has been spotted, however, so Armel will take himself another easy kill on this IO. And he'll be able to pick it up, no issues.
And no IO buyback. That leaves Asta in a very vulnerable spot. The high ground's still a bit tricky. Epicenter, overwhelming odds can kind of make it tough. A good duel can kind of turn this game here from Enryu. They will still commit. I mean, they've got the big advantage here.
Avatar mode, big burrow strike into the epicenter. Armel, he's dropping low and they've got him. They've got the Ember down, but he buys back immediately as Asta now is falling and does go down at Jabs. In fact, Jabs is looking for more. He's onto Enryu now on that LC, and he might just have him. They've got the solo bind there. Armel's rejoined the team fight. Jabs on a double as Asta, he's brought back on the Tiny now. He needs to get back in and help out his team, but can they actually do anything here? Jabs is still not dying. He is low though, and with that tree throw, they'll have an up and now a three-man bushwhack out from DJ, and they might just clean up. More buybacks to come here from OB Neon. As FNATIC, they might turn again. Asta, he's going to be very wary. But FNATIC will play it safe. Back to the high ground they'll go, and they'll go for a reset back at the fountain. Asta going after Roshan now. Maybe Neon or chains out. That's a big chains out, in fact, from Armel. Roshan's still very low here. FNATIC, they're going to try and fight this one out, but OB Neon, they're trying to rush. It's still a nice bushwhack again into the Roshan pit. Armel, he's in, but Asta, he does pick up the Aegis. Quick fingers here from the Tiny. Meanwhile, towards the south, the LC's going to duel out onto Raven. That'll be a great target as he does try to BKB up, but it's not going to be enough. OB Neon looking to push it back as they get a burrow strike out onto the Keeper of the Light. That'll be a third and a die back onto Januel. Oh, and suddenly OB Neon, they're looking a lot better here, John. It doesn't feel like they should have been able to get away with that Roshan, but they do.
He does have the BKB up, mind you, but without the CK up to really rip through the supports, it's tough.
What a turnaround right now for OB Neon. Just feels like it came out of nowhere. Armel looking to move in, but the avalanche toss is out. Asta, he's got a triple toss. The bushwhack will hold him down just enough to make sure Asta couldn't get the job done. And suddenly FNATIC, who still have a net worth lead, John, seem like they're on the back foot.
I mean, he does have pretty good crits, but again, it just doesn't feel like it's going to be enough. They will go for the smoke play. Again, I think the key target really has to be Jing at this point, because he enables Asta way too much, although...
Yeah, jump in, they found the Tiny. TP immediately, but no, he turns around with the BKB now. His team is making their way over. Asta still needs the help. There's Jing with the relocate to make sure he gets out, but now the cleanup crew is coming. FNATIC looking for some stragglers, but they're going to find nothing. Enryu will be able to outrun them. Or can he? Remnants forward from Armel. Chains, not going to connect. Enryu's still fine. In fact, now Avatar mode looking to turn this one back around. DJ in the meantime does end up killing off Jing. Jewel is out though. They've got the Ember. Armel dropping low, but not low enough. They'll turn Enryu. He'll be the casualty. They even found Avatar mode on the Sand King. They got a little bit greedy there, trying to force that fight. And suddenly 3 heroes down for OB Neon and FNATIC, pushing their way back into this game. Number 3 is Armel in that mid lane, and that'll be a great target for them to try and burst down if they could. Start watching very carefully, but now the rest of FNATIC do show themselves right behind Armel. So not quite the easiest target to burst down anymore. They are still looking for a way to go in. Asta, he'll bait for the team. Avatar mode looking for the burrow strike, and they do get it into the duel. But where's your damage output? They're going to try. They've got the toss avalanche out. It's still not enough, but Armel, he's getting tossed up and down, up and down. They finally got him. He'll buy back, though. Right back into the team fight. Is Enryu and Abenga both down? Onto jabs they go. The Timber should drop, but not quite yet. Not before he gets shinked down, and he has found him. Buyback's being committed left, right, and center as Astanel's been left alone. He needs his IO, ASAP, and Jing. He's there, but Relocate is not available right now, so they've lost the Tiny. He does have buyback, however, but now Jing's side back into the bushwhack. They even found the Sand King. Avatar mode, he'll be the 50th, I think, kill here for Fnatic. As they buy back one more time, they'll get the Tiny into this, but it's a 2v5 scenario. So OB Neon not going to give up yet. I mean, you've got 70 seconds without Avatar mode, but you might still be able to find a way to defend this. We've seen how strong Asta can be on this Tiny. Avalanche will be there, but Jabs more than happy to take the damage. He's got a hunt Tarask up now. They'll break him. Enryu's in. The Jewel is out onto Raven, but he is too tanky himself on the CK. Enryu has no backup, and now the Rift's back. He's just going to get deleted as they even found Jing on the IO. DJ just getting rid of the supports on the backside. It's just Asta. Asta against the world on the Tiny, though he does have a bang there with the Axe time-lapse if he needs. But now they're against Megas. It's a very, very difficult defense to make. As they found the Tiny now, and Asta's gone. GG. OB Neon almost making the comeback here in game number 3, but Fnatic do manage to take this series 2-1.
Oh yeah, they play ridiculously well on both sides. It just felt like Fnatic had the control start to finish. They had really strong lanes coming through. The DJ gives us another spectacular performance